Hey, this is Matthew, and welcome back to Nerd News. Today, it's time for another Star Wars action figure review, and we're continuing to look at Diamond Select's Star Wars series. That's right, not Hasbro's Black Series. This is Diamond Select's new collector series. Previously, we looked at Boba Fett, and today we're looking at a character from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and that is really the standout character from The Phantom Menace, Darth Maul. That's right, everybody's favorite Sith Lord, Darth Maul. Played by Ray Park in that first prequel film. The character has come back here and there throughout the series, but hey, no spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. We're going to take a look at the figure much closer in one moment, but first let's discuss this packaging here. And this packaging is pretty much identical to what you've gotten with any of the other 7-inch Diamond Select figures. And that is an important distinction to make because unlike Hasbro's Star Wars Black Series, those figures are all in the 6-inch scale. Here with Diamond, you get 7-inch figures. And Diamond's packaging is pretty well known and very recognizable. It's a very large box with a very large window display, so you can see everything that Darth Maul comes with as well as the figure itself. You've got his name on the right side of it, and when you turn it, you also get a nice big photo of Darth Maul. And we should add that another thing to make sure that you can tell this apart from the Hasbro series is that, well, the Hasbro series is called the Black Series, and this just happens to be white, the polar opposite of that color. So yeah, they're making sure you guys can't confuse that one at all. The back of this Diamond Select figure is just plain white with a very large photo of Darth Maul, and that is it, nothing else. No bio, no credits to the sculpting team or design team, no photos of who else is in this series. All it is this nice big picture of Darth Maul staring back at you, slowly working his way into your soul. But I'm not a mint-on-card collector, so let's go ahead and take this Darth Maul out of the package and get a better look at him from all angles. And we're back, and here is now the Diamond Select Darth Maul out of the packaging. And first things first, I gotta say this does look very nice. It's got a good look to it. I like the shine of the character. I like the fabric sculpting here. A lot of good high points. But before we really get too deep into that, I think we should talk about his likeness first. So does this look like Ray Park? Does this look like Darth Maul? Well, I'll say this about Diamond figures. They're usually very good with faces. I think their head sculpts are usually spectacularly done. But the problem is a lot of times the paint app will kind of ruin things a little bit. And case in point, I'm going to bring in another Diamond Select figure. This is the recent John Wick that came out. And again, I think that this has a really, really good looking head sculpt to it, but the paint job kind of kills it a little bit here. And usually the paint on these figures tends to be a little bit gloppy, a little bit heavy too. Now, in the case of our Darth Maul today, I think that's not a problem at all. I think this is one of their best likenesses as well as paint jobs on a face. For whatever reason, it's a lot thinner than I've seen in the typical Diamond figure, and it's a lot cleaner, a lot more detailed also. It might be the fact that they're not trying to do a flesh tone effect to it. It might just be the fact that he's mostly just black and red, and that's working out really nicely for them. Whatever it is, it looks really astonishing. A spectacular job in the head. The expression is the perfect Darth Maul expression. The teeth are painted great. The horns are really nice also. You got a little bit of red slop poking out between those. And there's a little bit of red also you can see on the skull there. So this one might not be as perfect as Boba Fett's paint job was, but overall not enough to deter me from the figure and not enough for me to tell you not to pick this one up for yourself, or at least so far. But let's talk a little more about this figure, see what else is up with it. So let's talk about the outfit, and I guess we're going to talk about articulation too as I bend some of these elbows and get them into better positions. This is how he came straight out of the box. But yeah, outfit-wise, again, I think this looks really nice and accurate to the film. We've got really good texture all over it. It's this very loose form. It's this very loose, almost formless outfit. Definitely looks like the Darth Maul that I'm hoping to get. It definitely looks and reads like Darth Maul. There's a lot of black in this figure, but I do like how Diamond Select Toys knows that there's more than one type of black. So we've got this extra glossy black in the gloves and the boots. The other parts for his outfit are a little bit lighter and less shiny because they're not really meant to be shiny. They're meant to be a little bit less reflective, not leathery looking. They're meant to look like fabric. And on top of that too, we've got almost like different types too, because you can see this is more of a quilted armor. This is more of a loose flowing piece here. So really hats off to both the painting people and the sculptors for giving us all this nice form and shape in something that is pretty formless. And I'd say as far as being movie accurate, again, I am a Star Wars fan, but I'm not like the super hardcore fan. I'm sure there's some folks out there who'll be able to tell you a lot better about whether or not it's like 100% screen accurate. But for my money, I'm happy with how it looks. And it's good enough for me. I think it's going to be good enough for you too. And by the way, check out those boots on Darth Maul. I never really noticed his boots before. He's got some nice boots. Man, I want a pair of those. So let's talk about articulation, which I've already been playing with as I've been doing this video here. So the head is ball jointed and moves left and right. Seems a little bit, not quite stiff, but a little bit resistant. I would recommend, and I'm going to recommend this a little bit before we even talk about much else, is when you take your Darth Maul out of the package, get yourself either a hot water bath ready or get yourself a hair dryer and just blow dry all the joints to help loosen up any paint, because typically Diamond figures, they're usually stiff out the box. This Darth Maul, so far his head is, but I don't think his shoulders are as much. Nope, shoulders look good and they're ball jointed too. You can hear that snap of the elbows, so those look pretty good. Those aren't giving me any problems either, and they look nice. Scary Darth Maul. The wrists are ball jointed and can flex. Our torso can rotate left and right, which is nice. Good flexibility on that. The waist doesn't go left and right, as far as I can tell from this. Oh no, it does. Okay, so this piece is on top of his waist joint, so he can still turn his waist as well as turning his upper body a little bit in different positions, so that's good. You can get some good dynamic posing, which is nice to have, especially with a lightsaber. Which is nice to have, especially if you got a lightsaber. Now here's where we do lose some points, and that's with the legs. And he does have good articulation on him. It's a typical diamond articulation, just Darth Maul's robe is very big, but luckily it's soft enough you can get in a few dynamic poses, but he won't be doing any high kicks anytime soon. He's got double jointed knees. The ankles are also on a ball joint. They can swivel and rotate, go up and down. So those are pretty good too. So yeah, this looks pretty nice overall. Good, solid articulation, and he's also standing up very well on his own. And since I mentioned it in the Boba Fett video too, I'm going to show this off here. This is the Diamond Select stand. They sell these in packs of 10 for I think like $6 or $7, and they're handy to have. All the Diamond Select figures have a little peg on the bottom of the feet, so you just line up the peg, slide him in, and voila, you've got a Darth Maul that you've never got to worry about falling over. Just remember that the stand is sold separately. Now let's talk about all of the different accessories that this Darth Maul figure has, and he's got a lot of them. I was not expecting him to have as many as he does here. So let's just start with his hands. You can see right now he's got these hands that are kind of like force effect hands, but he also has, in addition to that, a pair of closed fists, which you can see down here, and a pair of hands to grip things with, which in this case would be a lightsaber, because he does come with his classic Darth Maul lightsaber. This is so cool, and I wanted to show you guys this also before we go too deep into it. So I did not know that this lightsaber did this. It actually splits in half. So you can reenact the scene from the movie where it breaks in half, or you could just have Darth Maul hold it with one hand. I was not expecting that. That is such a good little piece of detail. I love that, and it snaps right back in. So easy. That is such a cool little bonus. And in addition to that, he also comes with a bunch of transparent effects. And so of course you already saw the lightsaber, so you know he comes with lightsaber effects. So here we've got a static pair of blades, 2 of those. In fact, let's go ahead and attach them right now. We'll just put them in, show you how that looks. Boom, look at that. That looks so good. But that's not all, because he's got even more than just that. We have 2 additional lightsaber effects, so you could have him in action. So I'm gonna pop those out now too. And yeah, you can see this goes out super easy. Very easy to put back into them. Put that back in place like that. Snaps in, hear that snap? That is cool looking, wow. I like that. And not only that, he comes with one last effect. This, I believe you can attach to the lightsaber. It's him just deflecting a laser beam being shot at him. There we go, that's how it looks on the static one. Let me see if I can get that on the, this one over here. I think it should just slide on. So it doesn't really want to fit in as easily on the action one as it does in the static one. Good to know. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna swap some hands out right now and put this lightsaber in his hands. Put the effects back on too. Let's see how he looks all together. So far everything's coming out also really nice and easily. Let's pop a hand out here. And so you might be wondering how that seam is going to look too when you put the toy with the lightsaber. And I think his hand's going to cover up right where that is, so it shouldn't even be a problem. There we go. That's on his hand now. That's how that looks. Oh man, this is looking good. Oh, that looks so nice. I'm kind of just speechless. Darth Maul was pretty cool before, but now with all this stuff on it, it looks just, it's complete. It's perfect. Can't beat this. So let's go ahead now and compare it to a few other figures also, just so you can see how it looks. And just to let you guys know, I don't have any of the Black Series figures with me today. Unfortunately, I don't really have that many of them. I have a handful, but I do have some figures that are pretty similar in scale. Starting things off with the Silver Centurion Iron Man from Hasbro's Marvel Legends. He's pretty similar in scale to the typical Star Wars Black figure. But I also have here, from Hasbro as well, a Ghostbusters figure from their current Plasma collection. Here's Peter Venkman. And the reason I'm bringing him is because I felt that he was pretty undersized next to other 6-inch figures, but because of that, he also fits in pretty well with certain Star Wars characters, like Luke and Leia, some of the smaller ones. So here's how he looks with those guys side by side. And you can see in terms of being closer to the 6-inch scale, not necessarily too good with these guys. A little bit better with Iron Man, but I also have here from Jazzwares, a Chris Jericho figure from the AEW line. He's a little bit taller than the typical figure as well. And a Roman Reigns from Mattel. This is from their WWE Elite series. So again, you can see how everybody's sizing up. Darth Maul does pretty good with the wrestling figures. But let's try with some other figures that are definitely in his range, starting it with the Diamond Select John Wick. And this John Wick does tower over him quite a bit. This John Wick is pretty tall, so maybe not the best example. But I think a better example, as we saw last time, would be this Cyborg figure from McFarlane Toys, and also this big boy here. We got a Ultramarine from Warhammer 40K. And you can see how he looks side by side with all these guys, and that to me looks really good. You can't beat this look at all. They look so great together side by side. And you know, 7 inches is kind of becoming the new range. You know, like 6 inches has been the thing, but now this 7-inch range, it's got a lot more freedom, a lot more people are doing it. You've got a pretty expansive world when you look at especially what Diamond has as far as licenses and what McFarlane has for licenses. So no longer are you buying this kind of unicorn of a figure. You've got a lot of other things that can now go with it. And one last comparison, let's go ahead and put them side by side with Boba Fett, who we looked at last time. So here are these two figures side by side. This is the first set of figures from Diamond Select Star Wars series. And I gotta tell you, if this is the beginning, I can only see them going up from here. So I said last time that this Boba Fett figure was flawless. I think that this Darth Maul, maybe not quite as flawless just because of some of the paint app in the head, but otherwise it's pretty great looking too. You know, I'd still say for me, Boba's number 1, Darth's number 2. But, you know, there's only 2 figures so far, not a big contest. Regardless of that, they're both looking very, very nice. Excellent paint jobs, excellent sculpting, great attention to detail. And what really nails it for me is all the accessories that Darth Maul has. Like the fact that he has 6 hands, his signature lightsaber, which also splits in 2. He has both the plain blade here, as well as action blade, plus him deflecting a beam. I mean, that's insane. And keep in mind, this is a $25 figure. Now, the average Black Series figure is $20 for the most part. The fact that you're only paying $5 extra for a slightly larger figure with a ton more accessories is amazing to me. And that's one of the things I think that Diamond does best is they're putting in a lot of great accessories to their toys, and especially looking at what's coming up ahead in 2021, they're really going overboard in a very, very good way with how much they're putting into all these toys. So as for me, I don't really see myself buying too many Black Series figures in general, but I could see myself getting a lot more of these figures. And part of that too is because of the fact that this line has just only begun. It's a great entry point for the Star Wars series and for collectors like myself who want to get back into Star Wars but aren't quite ready to go into that expansive, enormous line that Hasbro has done. I'm much happier starting off here, seeing what Diamond's going to do, and kind of just watching, observing, and picking up a few figures here and there. And more importantly, I think this is going to be a great entry point for other collectors to look at other Diamond Select figures because, yeah, this is some of the best work that Diamond has ever done with their toys. And they've had a pretty good year, in fact, and they're going to have a great 2021 looking at what's coming out soon as well. I'm actually pretty hyped for a lot of the Lord of the Rings figures, more Avatar figures. They're doing a lot more Marvel figures again. They've done a lot of good things, and I think 2021 is going to be the year they get a lot more recognition for all of their hard work. So hats off to the folks at Diamond. You guys have done something amazing here. Again, I can't get over how good both these figures look, and I'm hoping that this line continues and stays just as strong like it is here on day 1 with Boba Fett and Darth Maul. If you'd like to order any of these Star Wars figures for yourself, well, you can't use your Amazon affiliate links because these are Disney Store exclusives. So I'll have a link to that below too, but in the event that they do put these up on Amazon too at some point, I'm going to have an Amazon affiliate link there, so please feel free to use our links to buy them if you do. As for the Disney Store link, use it, don't use it, doesn't really bother me. Whatever you want to do is fine. But hey, check out some other videos I've got here, use some Amazon links there, help us, help you. So that's our look at Diamond Select's Darth Maul, and a second glance at their Boba Fett figure from the new Diamond Select Star Wars series. I cannot wait to see who's next. I look forward to being surprised. And man, if it's just the beginning, I can't wait to see where they go from here. So until next time, I'm Matthew. This has been Nerd News Today. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Use the Force. That's me using the Force on you to like, share, and subscribe. So do it. Do it. Bye.